let's get on with hearing some viewers' voices. These are comments from last week's Wellness Wednesday video. And I have Carol Summers, who talked about her own trip to Venice, because I said last week that I was looking forward to going to Venice next month for the Biennale, which is a big art and cultural exhibition. And Carol says, we were there last October. There are lots of repairs to San Marco Piazza, which is one of the key tourist sites. She says it's beautiful. Sometimes it smells a bit off, but she says she could have spent a week exploring the exquisite galleries and architecture. It was a magical place. So, Jenny says, keep going, Donu. I'm going to Venice on the 20th of November, maybe see you there. Unfortunately, I'm going between the 11th and the 15th, so I won't see you there. But I'd love to hear what you think about it, because you'll get back. I'll get back before you, and I will tell everybody how it was, and look forward to hearing your take on the place as well. A friend of mine called Joy was there a couple of weeks ago with her husband, and well, she has mixed feelings about the place. Too much walking, too many wobbly attempts to get on and off water taxis and boats. So I hope I'm not going to have that problem, because that's my biggest fear, is that I'm so large and so unwieldy with stiff joints that, kind of hopping on and off boats is not going to be easy for me. But I'm trying to sort of be a little bit more agile by the time I get there. I've still got time. And like I said earlier on this video, one of the things about fasting is that it does relieve pain. It's also very good at relieving, discomfort in stiff joints. And I think I will be stronger by the time I get there on the 11th of November than I am now. Then there's Patricia Wask, and Patricia says that she actually suggests, because I talked about some of my psychological problems, because this channel is not just about the physical, it's also about the mental, the spiritual, the emotional, the psychological. And I talked about how the kidnapping experience I had a few years ago had made me very jittery around going to my hometown where it happened. And she's suggesting that I have a house there, but I never stay there. I've never stayed there since the kidnapping, because it's just got bad memories. And even though it's a really nice house, I just, I stay in hotels. And Patricia suggested I just sell the house and invest the proceeds in something that can fund my retirement. That's a really good idea, Patricia, but I own it with my siblings. I've got 2 brothers and a sister, and we'd have to agree to get rid of that house. Everyone would have to agree. And even I, who have a phobia about the house, I'm sort of like, I've got this massive guilt thing about getting rid of a beautiful home that my father literally, built himself. Well, he wasn't a builder, but he got people to build it for him to his own design and specifications. It was lovely. It's on a hill, surrounded by landscaped gardens with swimming pool, tennis court, and it's become rather run down in recent years because nobody stays there. My siblings and I are all based abroad. I mean, I came back to Nigeria. I come and go. I shuttle between Nigeria and the UK, but my siblings hardly ever come here. And so the house is, it's not in great shape. But we're still reluctant to sell it because that was my father's pride and joy. My mother loved it too. One of these days, in a future Donu's World, we will talk about guilt. Because guilt is good. Well, I won't go into it now. I was just going to say, guilt is good when it stops you from doing bad things, but it's bad when it stops you from doing sensible things. Okay? So we'll talk about guilt another time. But thank you, Patricia. It's a good idea. I am going to talk to my siblings about the possibility of getting rid of a house that none of us ever live in anymore. Okay? And then there's G. Ruby. And she says her husband used to tell their sons when they were growing up and potentially making bad decisions, choose your pain. And it reminded the boys of the consequences of doing the wrong thing. And this is linked to something I said last week where I said, look, you want to lose weight, but it's not easy. Just keep on remembering. Being fat is very hard. Doing without food you like is very hard. Choose your heart. They're both hard. Choose your heart and choose the heart that has some positive benefits attached to it. Like all those wonderful benefits you gain from taking care of your health. And it's not just, oh, I'm taking care of my health, so I know I'm doing the right thing. You can feel the benefit. I know how I used to feel when I was healthier, when I was slimmer, when I did more exercise, you know? So when I ate less. So, you know, one heart comes with benefits and one heart comes with no benefits except the fact that, you know, you're eating something that tastes nice and, you know, it'll be gone in 30 minutes. So I think we've all got something to learn from what G. Ruby's husband told her sons. And then there's Wooden Top 24. She's been to Venice many times and she wasn't too impressed. She says, if you can find a public loo there, good for you. Loo, I think, I don't know if anybody except the British call toilets loos, but that's what she means in case you're not sure. And she says she once managed to find one in a cafe and it was a hole in the ground. So that's not very encouraging. Wooden Top 24. But I'm still more worried about the wobbly boats and my enormous weight trying to leap onto a wobbly boat and get off a wobbly boat. I'm far more worried about sinking the boat or falling into the water because I'm so clumsy and large. So I'll take the toilet thing as a minor nightmare that may come up at some point. But you know, Venice is beautiful. So I'm sure the details about actually being there aren't always as wonderful as they could be, but I'm still kind of like looking forward to this trip rather than, I'm partly dreading it, but also looking forward to it. So thank you. That's all for today. Bye.